Hey, what's up guys? This is Jen and today we're going to talk about the beginner's guide to bending. I know you all have been asking me for this for a long time and you know I'm a little bit slow to respond. But here it is. Let's talk about bending, and like I said, this is especially for beginners who are just getting used to bending. Nothing crazy in this video. So the first thing that we need to do is establish where you want to bend in your ear. So I'm going to go to this D note here, and I want to bend a half step to D sharp, or you can call it E flat. So D, D sharp. So here's your starting pitch and your target pitch. If you can sing it, that would be great too. Dun, dun, working on some ear training. Dun, dun. Now, what I'd like you to do, there's a couple ways. You see a lot of people anchor their thumb and then kind of scoop into it like so. Or you can drop down just a touch, and I find that this is a little more effective for me. So I'm still scooping, but I'm not anchoring, because what can happen, especially if we have smaller hands, is you see my arm is doing this when I anchor. So that's putting a lot of pressure on these muscles here to work when they don't need to. So if I drop down just a little bit, not like this, not like I want you to play your scales and push up, but if I drop down just a touch right around here, I can still scoop up, but I'm using more of this instead of my forearm. Now hear it? Bend. Now that's a little bit of an overbend. There it is. And what I'd like you to do while you're practicing is use your tuner as a reference. That's really, really important, because as we're getting the ear training down, sometimes we don't always know where we're bending to. So it's like, well, see, I'm bending. And you're like, yeah, you are, but we're almost always hitting some kind of target note. So you've got your D, slowly bend, try to get it in. Now it doesn't have to be perfect. You see, I'm just slightly over. There we go. Try to get right in there. Okay? Now let's talk about doing maybe a whole step bend. So we're going G, whole step to A. So root, starting point, target note. Go ahead and look at your tuner if you need to. Mine's bouncing around a little bit just because it's cold. It's so cold in this room. But now you've got G. That's G sharp. Keep going. There's an A. A little bit of an overbend. Do it again. Go slow. There it is. And then as you get better, and we can turn this off for a second. As you get better, you're going to want to use the metronome and go a little bit faster. So you go dun, 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 dun. You know, you set some kind of rhythm to it. This is bothering me. Putting this down. My Virgo-ness is coming out and it's bothering me. But you want to set some kind of rhythm to it. So you get used to playing faster, but please utilize that tuner in the very beginning. So you start to learn how much pressure you need to apply to get that string where you need it to go. And then also, if you're hitting it accurately, you're also hearing it accurately. So if you're kind of all over the place, that's always going in your ear. And, you know, we talk about like muscle memory of like if you do it wrong 10 times and you do it right 3 times, how is it going into your muscle memory? It's not going in very good, right? So same thing for your ears. If you are out of tune and that's going in over and over and over again, and then you get it right once, your ear's not going to know where those pitches are. So make sure that you get it down accurately first and then start building your speed. And the important thing is to try all over the neck, because, you know, here on the 4th string 5th fret is going to feel a lot different than the 1st string, what is this, 15th fret, you know, bending up a whole step. That's going to feel different. And experiment again with where it feels comfortable with your wrist and forearm. Like I said, for years and years and years, I had my thumb over when I was bending. And that felt really good. And long story, I blew out my arm in college, had to do physical therapy, wasn't a fun time, and it's never been the same since. I have to be really, really careful with it. And just recently, I dropped down my palm to show a student some options, and I was like, oh my God, this doesn't hurt my arm at all. This is incredible. And I didn't know that. So I think with larger hands, you might be able to get away with it, or if you're not injured like me, you know, then you can get away with kind of putting your thumb and your palm at some different spots, but really experiment and don't be afraid to have it be a little bit shaky. But think about scooping into the note like so, and it's less about putting your fingers straight up like this, and also let your other fingers behind help push the note up, and it doesn't have to be like this in a separate fret. They can be all in the fret or in a fret behind here, like my first finger. Like so on and so forth. Boom. Oh, that was an overbend. That wasn't right. I didn't know what I was doing. I needed my tuner. But definitely try lots of different places on the neck. You can also bend down, especially for this 6th string. But most of the time, I would encourage you to bend upwards. But again, you're going to see people do it lots and lots of different ways. So try to do it all different types of ways and see what sounds the best, what feels the best, what gives you the vibe. But don't be afraid to let your other fingers help. Drop your palm down a bit or let it anchor, and please use that tuner to check yourself. And then as you feel better, add the metronome to start building your speed. But the most important thing is we want those bends in tune. And before your ear is ready, we can use our eyeballs to look at that tuner. I was doing so well. And then I derailed. But use your eyes to tell you if you're in tune or not until your ears start to catch up. So I hope that that's helpful. Practice your bends. Let me know how that goes. And this is a Patreon-supported video, and patrons have been asking for bend videos for a while. And just sometimes I'm bad. Sometimes I'm bad about listening. Ask anybody I've ever dated. Sometimes I walk around like this. But thank you so much to my patrons for supporting this and waiting for so long for this bending video. Let me know if you have any questions. Oh, no, I have to tell you, if you want to support, go to patreon.com/Trani. See, I'm getting a little bit loopy. I've been in this room for a while, and I'm getting a little bit loopy. Support these videos if you like. Like, subscribe, comment if you want to do that as well. And let me know how it goes. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.